So, shoot, where are you at?
I am at our beautiful training space in Amersfoort, and I'm standing here in the workshop room. I'm not going to demo it, but I'm here.
The
It's here.
workshop room. Okay. So this is the workshop room where people can take the professional Scrum facilitation skills course.
Yes, this is where we have already hosted and are planning to host the next PSFS.
So what is the PSFS? What does it add to the already long list of Scrum courses that Scrum.org has to offer?
Yes, so this is a skills-based course, so it focuses on skills more than theory, although it does have some parts of theory as a reasoning for certain approaches or skills, of course. And it's a one-day course where we explore together with the participants how to improve their facilitation in the context of Scrum. So it is a Scrum course, but it's not about Scrum, it's in the context of Scrum. And it's more about how we facilitate Scrum events, conversations, conflict, but all in line with the accountabilities and playbook of Scrum.
All right, all right. So are people able to practice stuff, or how does that? Does it? Is it just? Is it exercises? What do we do in the course?
Yes, so it's a one-day course, and in this one-day course, we are all very much active, also applying stuff that we're learning. Although I must say it is not a full practice with all the facilitation styles for all the participants, but we do practice, we give examples, but sometimes it's just also good to think about scenarios and discuss them. So there's a healthy mix of that stuff.
Right, and it's really focused on mainly Scrum events and in a Scrum context, people working in a Scrum context. So not just Scrum Masters, but maybe also others, right?
Yes, of course, because for instance, the daily Scrum, the Scrum Master has a very small part in it, according to the Scrum guide. So it could be very beneficial for developers or product owners who want to run workshops with stakeholders to also take this course. But the main audience we see are Scrum Masters and coaches.
All right. So why should people take this course with Scrum Facilitators?
Well, not just because of the name, but also, of course, this fabulous workspace that we have here, where we really have made sure that in the room we have removed as many blockages to good learning and interactive learning as possible. So we don't have desks. And people are very much encouraged to self-organize and to move around the space. And so we try to also give a lot of examples of good facilitation for high energy and high creativity in how we run a course and how we set up the room. And we also always have two facilitators for every course, also for this one-day course, which also means you get more experience in the room, but also the advantage of someone being able to be in the front facilitating and someone more taking a step back and observing, filling up gaps or anticipating on the program. So we really do add some extra value there by having two trainers.
Okay. And so what do people take with them when they have taken this course? What would be like the benefit when they go back to work?
Yeah, so for my own experience, I really refreshed some insights on how in my current teams, we run certain events and how I see some potential dysfunctions in that from a facilitation standpoint, and also yeah, just some interesting discussions in how to also create a mindset of proper facilitation within your team or your environment by having a start of a toolkit, some examples, and also a larger framework with some principles to think about when you're designing workshops. So it's really valuable in that sense to have touched on some experience from other people, get some basic toolkit as a start or to enrich what you already have, but also like the mental framework to really set up some proper facilitation, or at least prevent some common pitfalls.
And so if people have taken, for instance, liberating structures courses, a lot of Scrum Masters know a lot of liberating structures and stuff like that. Is that, if they take this course, is that something that is sort of doubled? Is that something that they already have in their baggage? And then, so what's the role or the part that liberating structures plays in this course?
Yes. Liberating structures is a way of facilitating stuff. It's not the way. So, and it's also very heavily covered already in other Scrum.org course, the Professional Scrum Master too. So in the basic setup of this, there are not many liberating structures. You might find them or similarities with some of the facilitation techniques, but most facilitation techniques are not explicitly liberating structures. So, and there's not much overlap from that. That being said, if you are an experienced facilitator and you still decide to take this course, you will see the bigger picture and the touch points, and the principles will make a lot of sense, if not open doors. And yet, still, I got some value from the course for myself, from the one-day investment.
Okay, cool. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. And hope to see you all at the PSFS.